Good evening and welcome to NOMEX Racing's 7th race of the current season from China. We are in Beijing for what should be a really hard fought and close race. Been looking forward to this one all week. It's nice to have you on board, whether you're here right now live or whether you're watching after the fact. It's always you're always welcome here. As we see the lobby filling up. We have a very close championship, even though Tim has been the winner in the majority of the races. Still a very close championship, and still a lot could happen. China, of course, one of my favourite tracks. Really, it's up there, and plenty of overtaking opportunity. And there's two places in particular. There's the long straight with DRS, and then after the hairpin at the end of that straight, there's a right-hand hairpin, and there's another straight. It's, I'd say, in reverse, but it's Malaysia-esque, and if you can get a good run out of the hairpin, you've got plenty of chance to overtake on that next straight into the final corner and on the start-finish straight where there's a tiny bit of DRS, if I remember correctly. Weather here at China could be anything. It's not Saudi Arabia, you know. It's not Jeddah. It's not Bahrain. We're not guaranteed to have a sunny qualifying or race, although we obviously would like to see dry conditions. We're still quite early. We've still got a good 4 minutes before race. Before qualifying starts, and so just waiting on everybody to get in. I can confirm, if you just give me a quick second to get into the Discord, that unfortunately Chappie will not be here tonight. He has a certain illness that probably gets you demonetized. Not that my channel's monetized. Yeah, he has the China virus, I'm afraid. So hopefully he gets well soon, and we'll see him next week for our next race. But concentrating on tonight, you can see everybody getting in now. No Tim. I can look in the Discord and see if he's going to be here. I would assume that he is. The man's winning the championship, so it'd surprise me if he's not racing. Oh, he's not. Oh, so he's unavailable tonight. Actually, now that's opened things up. We have a wide open Grand Prix. Tim, our championship leader, unavailable tonight. Not that he's winning by, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, he's not winning by a huge gap, but he is leading the championship. So a good opportunity tonight for the chasing pack, the likes of Paddy and King Panda, amongst others, Josh, for example, to close that gap. I think our favourite for the race tonight might be Paynes, you know. I have a feeling he might be the one to watch. Calvid, Norwegian there, as you can see, fifth name down, is a new racer. Vikings as well. Both like to welcome both of them to the league. So we've got quite a strong Norwegian contingent tonight. I'm sure they'll be looking to put on a good show, and if needs anything to go by, these guys will be quick. So Stefan, who's part of the old PPR gang by the looks of things. Also, welcome to the league. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Just sorting my volume levels out. That seems to be okay. And so it should be a full 20 tonight. As far as I'm aware, you might get someone coming partially the way through qualifying. That does happen. Hope everyone's had a really good week. That's the most important thing. More important than the races. Everyone's doing well. Everyone's healthy and happy whatever they're doing. It'll be an interesting qualifying session. I think we'll see quite a gap in times from front to back tonight. China's quite a long circuit, and there's a lot of there's a high differential, should I say, between those at the front and those towards the back normally. Just because it is a longer circuit, there's more chances for the faster drivers to pull out more time, more chances for any driver to make more corners and whatnot, to make a mistake. And we'll have to see how that plays out in qualifying. 18-minute qualifying as usual, of course. That is the standard length of the short qualifying session. No sprint race tonight and no reverse championship order grid, so we do have the qualifying session, just the 18 minutes. You see on the left hand side of your screen, 28 laps tonight, as compared to somewhere like Brazil or Austria or Monaco, high 30s. So that gives you a good indicator that the circuit is actually longer, takes longer to get round. Before we start, I'd like to give a shout out to Reese. Hope he's doing well if he sees the stream. Hope you're back as soon as possible, mate. And genuinely, we're all here. We're all here for you. And yeah, definitely, we'll hope to see you back soon. Just waiting on these last three drivers. Let's have a look. Yeah, just the last three. And as I mentioned, maybe a few minutes late. I think you always give 4 or 5 minutes just to make sure everybody's in. As I said, I think my favourite tonight is Payne's, and it's up to everyone else to, I guess, prove me wrong, if you want to put it that way. I think Paddy's got a fantastic chance tonight. He is the people's champion. He's been runner-up in the championship so many times, and he's got to try and go again and win it this time round. He's in a difficult spot. He's not in first position, obviously, in the championship. That honour at the moment goes to Tim. But with Tim not racing tonight, it is a very good chance for Paddy to score big points in the Mercedes and help out himself in the drivers' standings and his teammates in the constructors. You see people starting to ready up, so it looks like we will be underway momentarily. I could go in the Discord and see if what's going on. Actually, I should probably do that. I've got a message from Shane. Oh, yeah. Just asking about the stream. I was just waiting to see. Just waiting to see if anybody's going to come in now before the race or the qualifying session starts. I would assume probably not. There's not been anything said. It looks like everyone's readying up. We're going into the qualifying session. If there are any latecomers, I would assume they'll be able to get added into the race, into the session. Just a quick check, just to see if anybody had added me. We do know that sometimes players will get kicked, and it's not their fault. It's not anything that they do. It's simply, it's the servers or whatever. There we go then. We'll have to have a look at what the weather is going to be like. It's going to be it's going to be an important factor, I believe, in this race. I kind of guess everybody's wishing for or hoping for dry conditions. You see the run off into the main grandstand. That's the start-finish straight there. You're seeing. Just waiting for Govey to load in. Must be on a PS4. Here we go then. So China. Whenever the game decides to load up, there we go. So looking overcast in this qualifying session. Pretty grey. And the difference between on the game between overcast and fully sunny is nothing. It's not like real life. The thing is, with it being overcast, you might see it's an indicator that maybe you're going to get wet weather at some point. Let's keep an eye out. As you see, the first couple of drivers coming out of the pits, and it's Vikings out first, so we'll have to see how he gets on. Just gone on board just to check the weather, really, check the sky, and yeah, it is very overcast, maybe raining towards the end. A lot of people getting out really quick. We'll have to see. Oh, Vikings going for a little spin there. So we'll get on with Shane, who we know is next in line. Quickly me send a message on Discord. So this is the big straight with the DRS, and as you can see, that's you actually max out your speed going down here into a really tight right-hand hairpin. We'll get on board with Shane so you can get a better view. This is also a golden opportunity to overtake. And here we also have a DRS straight. So Craig has unfortunately been disconnected. I'm sure he'll be able to get back in. Oh, Shane's struggling there. Just overdoing it a little bit. And this first section, this first few corners, really difficult. Got to get the right line. You can lose a lot of time and a lot of speed. Gentle right hand into the sharp hairpin. And then again, you've got these, they are very much S's, but they're long looping corners, and it's very important. Again, you've got to get your line and your minimum speed perfect. Here's where things kind of relax a little bit, going into sector 3. A very long right-hander here. The Chinese love the curves. Many like 90 degree like spot on. There's only maybe one on the whole track. You see down the straight, hard braking. Have to get the braking zone right. It's easy to brake either slightly too early or too late there. Right in front is a pit entrance. Around the last corner then, the left-hander, DRS enabled once again, and that's a 133.2 from Shane, so we'll see how that holds up. A 131.0 from Payne. So Stefan is about to start first flying lap, so we can stay with Stefan. Shane with a 133.7, a 132.2 for Fudge. As you can see, the differential, or the difference in times between everyone. This is what we expected before the qualifying session. Track not at its optimal point as yet. As more cars go around, track does get quicker, more rubber down on that racing line. See a bit of dust on the track there, where somebody went off, possibly Vikings on his outlet. So we have some more times coming in. So King Panda with a 131.6, which is 6 back from Payne's. Josh has done a 131.6. Ice One with a 132.1. 133.2 from Shane. To be fair, that was his banker lap, where, you know, that's the one. Right, I've got a lap time in, I'm safe. Now I will attempt to put more into the lap, take more risks. That's a 134.5 from Stefan there. Let's see who else is currently. Paddy is on an outlap now. Just about to start his fast lap, his first one of the evening. Plenty of time left in the session, 12 minutes to go. Paddy has to be up there with one of the favourites to get the win tonight. Might be the Ferrari of Nate there, who's on an outlap, so just stays out of the way. Don't need to do any dodgy stuff there. Not the race, it is qualifying, so racetrack etiquette enabled, basically. Yeah, stay out of the guy's way that's doing a fast lap. Alright, when it's the race you want to defend and you know, whatever. It's kind of an unwritten rule within racing. not in real life. In real life, you box someone, you're getting a good penalty straight away. But here in the game, it's an unwritten rule. You be nice in qualifying. You know, stay out of people's way. Don't mess their lap up. It's very much frowned upon. So Paddy here. There's 2 corners to go. 1 now, and we'll see what sort of time comparatively. So 1:31.5, which is second position right now. Still 5 tenths behind Paynes, who's absolutely smashing it right now. Here's Immortal, as you can see, in sector 1. See what sort of time he's going to put in. Paynes looks pretty comfortable at the top here. You'd assume he's going to come out for another run, maybe right at the end of qualifying. Looking very, very comfortable in the Aston Martin. Here we go then. Here is Immortal currently towards the end of sector 2. So look at his split time, a 53.4. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be pushing for a pole position with this time. But it's all about getting that first time in is massively important, and I think it's a big confidence builder as well. Chuck has also put a 1:32.0 in, by the way. Didn't mention him before, which is a solid start. But as you see, Chuck, who's in 5th, a full second behind Paynes. Somebody's going to have to really make an effort here. That's a 1:34.6 for Immortal, 13th position. Nade's on a fast lap, coming towards the end of this particular fast lap. Keep an eye out for the likes of Fudge and Aiden, who are also on fast laps. Craig having real trouble with the connection tonight. A 1:32.8, which is actually only good enough for 9th position right now from Nade. Vikings is back round on a fast lap. Of course, we saw had a bit of a moment on his out lap at the start of the session, but now he's looking to lock in. You see the you can't see the back end, but with the way the car's going around the corner, he's struggling to keep that back end of the car under control. Very much on the limits, which can be a great thing if you can get the whole lap down. But it does leave you open to make mistakes. It's very much risk-reward. The McLaren, possibly of Aiden there, staying out of the way. More people coming out. We've got quite a few on fast laps, and we've got Chuck and Josh both on their out lap. So the majority of the drivers on track right now. That's a 1:32.5, which is a 9th position for the Sauber driver Vikings there. Not a bad time, and I think we'll take confidence from the fact that he's put the time in, and it's a very respectable time. So Ice 1 2 tenths down. Let's check out Corvid. This is not a fast lap, just finished his. We're a bit late. Shane coming into the pits with an invalidation. Immortal close to his time. Needs a big effort though, needs to take out over a second. 1.1 seconds, more than that in fact. To move up a position. See the gap there. Fairly wide between himself and Shane. The closest time through 2 sectors. We'll have to see if he's had a good sector 3. Is the line he's taking? No, he's decided he's going to back out and he's going to try again afterwards, which is not the worst idea if you don't feel you put that lap together. Definitely worth just coming in, getting a fresh set of tyres and going towards the end of the qualifying session. So we're on board now with Stefan, one of our debutants tonight in the Alpine. Currently running a 1:31.5, almost a tenth up through sector 1. Only needs just over a tenth to move up position, and a couple of tenths will move from 15th to 13th, so this could be big times. Chuck with a 1:31.2, King Panda 1:31.3, so they are getting closer to Paynes. You have to feel that Paynes has a quicker lap in him, given now there's more rub on the track. 8 tenths, almost 9 tenths quicker here, Stefan. Going to be looking to target Shane, and if his sector 3 is as good as his first 2 sectors in terms of what they are now compared to his opening lap, he's looking at sneaking a provisional top 10 here. We'll have to see. Yeah, surely got to stay out. This is a good lap. A 1:33.3 then, not quite enough. Didn't really improve in sector 3, but still moved up 2 positions, which was really good. Let's see if Craig's going to put a lap in here. There's a lot of pressure on this lap because if it goes wrong, he can get in and out, but for another run. But he really needs to get this right. So in 2 sectors, a 51.9, so decent. Obviously not going to be looking at pole position with that time, but this is a very respectable, solid lap from Craig here. I think we will see a sub 1:31. Somebody will get in the 1:30s, I believe. No messing, absolutely going for it. A 1:32.3, which is 8th position. When the pressure's on, I think he could have done a little bit more there. He definitely had the DRS. But still, a very good showing under a lot of pressure there. So very well played. Ice One needs to be on a fast lap here. It'll be his last attempt. Currently running 7th position. Very, very solid lap as always. Ice One. Always in that upper mid-pack there. A very solid racer. Very clean racer. Except for when he's yeeting me in F2, but that's different. But yeah, he's very solid, very clean. Always puts the effort in. Not a lot that phases him. Always willing to, take, if it's a mistake, you take that on the chin and keep going rather than giving up. So King Panda. Paynes is now out. I think he's going to be the final one round. Very much the Tim strategy. Maybe Ice One not left himself a lot of ERS, apologies. See how this last corner goes. Can he improve? He has improved by 2 tenths. He's gone sub 1:32, which is a very good lap. But he won't improve any positions. And that will be his qualifying over with a 1:31.9. So the first of the front runners It's King Panda currently trying to improve on his third position, second row of the grid, and a 131.9. Definitely think that that second position is attainable, and I think while the current pole position time is what it is, that's attainable too. Now there's going to be questions whether he, even if he does slightly improve on the pole time, whether that stands. Because we've got Paynes and Chuck, we've got Paddy out there as well, Josh. So it's not easy, but let's see what he's done through 2 sectors, almost 2 tenths up. So a good sector 3 here, and we could possibly see, at least temporarily, a new pole sitter. So absolutely blasting the ERS. Now he's at maximum speed. That's the good thing about this circuit. Qualifying over the 4 drivers. It's a 130.9, the first sub 131 time we've seen. So now it's on Paynes, currently towards the end of sector 2. We'll have to check the split time out in the top right hand corner. Ooh, just about even. That's not going to be enough as it stands. So needs a really good sector 3 here, Paynes. King Panda has really put in the work and is doing a really good job. That provisional time could be difficult to overthrow. He's putting a really solid lap. Ooh, slight lock up there from Paynes. Is that going to be costly? It's going to be a 130.964. It's not good enough. I think Chuck's done, so yeah, that will be qualifying over, and it's going to be King Panda on pole position, taking it at the death there with a lap of the highest quality. He's going to have Paynes beside him going into turn 1 with Josh and Paddy just behind. You can see those front 5, Chuck as well, very close. 3 tenths between them. That could be those guys pulling away. But Fudge with a really good qualifying session. Both Saubers there, 7th and 8th. Really good. Aiden in 9th, with Nade rounding out the top 10. And we have Craig and Corvid on the 6th row of the grid, followed by Shane, Stefan, 8th, Immortal, and then Govey, who only managed to put in 1 lap, and it was a 139. Not going to be happy with that. Well off the pace. We'll have to see how that affects his confidence for the race. Not good for the Red Bull team, especially given that Fudge put in a really good time there for 6th position. Just waiting for the clock to count down. There we go. That's enough of that. But well done to King Panda for the pole position. An absolutely outstanding lap, I have to say. One of only 2 drivers to go under that 131. We go into the race then. Chance of a safety car, I say, is moderate. here. There's plenty of runoff in a lot of the areas, and so I wouldn't say it's like super high. You probably see one just because you generally see one every race, whatever league you're watching. There's normally a safety car, and there are a couple of sectors that, like the start-finish straight, when people are side by side, that could kind of go wrong. But generally, yeah, there's a lot of runoff, and you can get back on the track. And even if you do DNF, you can be far away enough from the track that doesn't bring out a full safety. Again, looking very overcast. I don't know whether we're going to see some precipitation during this race. We'll have to check that out as we go. Of course, we don't get to see the weather report. We can only go on our eyes. We should have seen Imola at the weekend. Ended up being a fantastic race, actually, in the Formula 2. So 5 lights are out and we're underway. No messing around, no formation lap. Fudge has had a good start. Paynes has had a really good start. King Panda's been forced wide there. 3 wide into turn 1 between Paddy, Josh and Fudge. Oh, look at that from the Ferrari. That's Josh. Almost sideways on. Oh, and there's a Haas sideways on. That's Chuck. No damage. And as you see, the runoff really helping him there. Oh, but the traction not, his tyres have overheated and he's not been able to keep that under control, and he's off. Let's see, he is still going. He has got front left end plate damage, that front wing. You can see, for those who don't know what that is, you see the bits that stick up either side of the wing, the front or the nose of the car on the left hand side. That one's gone, which affects your car aerodynamically in a big way. Payne's already pulled out a 1.2 second gap while those behind were battling. He has absolutely gone for this. So let's get the lap data on. Let's also check out the strategies. So hard tyres from everyone apart from Fudge and Ace. Fudge up to 4th there, as you can see, lots of movement behind. So hard tyres all the way for these guys. Does that possibly indicate that they're anticipating rain at some point? Could do. Fastest lap, of course, on lap 1 from Paynes. Currently looking at Fudge, who is in a very, very tight battle here with King Panda, Paddy, Josh. Ice One still within DRS range. The first DRS sector of the race will be this one in sector 3, because the DRS line starts before the start finish straight. That means that won't kick in until the end of this lap. Difficult choice for Chuck here. Stay on those tyres. I guess he's got to change them. He's going to have to go on mediums. Only takes a safety car and he's back in the race though. And plenty of laps to go. Lots of miles to cover yet. So, nothing too drastic. Ice One's managed to pull away here, as you can see from his teammate. Very much Payne's in first, quite clearly. And I think Paddy and Fudge there, side by side. Oh, Fudge has made the double overtake into second, but he's broke late. He's broke so late. Oh no. That's ended up costing him, and that's going to cost his tyres too. So back down to 4th, but he's going to be struggling. And who's that running wide in the Haas? That's COVID. So a lot of late braking going on, and not really to anyone's benefit. As you can see, these two side by side. Vikings and COVID. I think Vikings has got a better line into turn 2, but then He's going to struggle. Yeah, he's going to struggle going into turn 3. The chopping and changing. Vikings now does have an advantage, but as you see, as he slows down, Corvid's going to go around the outside. 2 trailer park girls. Aiden right on the back. We've all got to be very, very careful. This is the battle for 7th position. We might miss an overtake just in front, but these guys, look at them. They're all together. As you can see, it's very close. You've got Aiden. Craig has just managed an overtake just on the edge of the screen there. Nade also within striking distance. You see heavy braking again from Corvid. Oh, and Vikings decided to take the scenic route there. Wanted to mow a bit of grass. And that's dropped him down a couple of places. Aiden with a bit of a disadvantage here. Paddy's gone through into second. King Panda's had a double overtake on him there. Of course, having no DRS. Let's see. Nobody really making a move. Oh, you saw there. Vikings off the track. And went for a gap around the outside, and I don't think it was quite there. So, a bit unfortunate. I can see him getting a time penalty before long, to be honest. Let's get back up to this battle then for 2nd position. Paddy's trying his best to make a gap of more than 1 second, so the car directly behind doesn't get DRS. Gets sucked into a battle for 3rd. Easy, and then he's going to be able to just pull away and have an easier time. There's very much a 4-way battle right now for 2 podium positions. You see Chuck there on the left hand side on the standings. You see Chuck still down in 17th position. Could do with a safety car, really. Assuming he went on to mediums. Yeah, he went onto the medium tyre. So did Ace as well. The only Fudge out there who we are on board with. Currently not running the hard dry tyre. So Josh had a look there. But look at King Panda managing to close the gap because of the DRS down that long straight, making it almost impossible for Josh to make a pass. Difficult for Paddy now. He's going to have 3 cars really pushing, and might be 4. Ice One's still right on the back here. I thought he might have dropped back a little bit, but look how close he is as well. Difficult from that far back, even though you are actually quite close. Very difficult for you to make a pass. You've got 3 cars in front of you with DRS, and then the 1 car without it is has got 3 cars between you and him, so it makes passing really difficult. Chuck putting in the fastest lap of the race on those relatively new medium tyres. There we go then. Here's where we'll see the action. Paddy managing to get a good gap again, so up to 8 tenths. He's retired from session, and that's going to be a full safety car. This is going to be interesting. What sort of strategy is going to be employed? Chuck could possibly come in for those hard tyres again, if there is a risk of rain. Not sure what he wants to do. We'll see what everyone else does as well. It's very early in the race, only 5 laps, so it looks like most people staying out. King Panda's come into the pits, Fudge has come into the pits. So a couple thinking it's time to change these tyres and try and get an advantage. We'll see where they come out in terms of the rest of the grid. I understand. Fudge, I understand. He was on medium tyres, he can go on hard tyres and just take them as far as he can. That makes sense. I'm not sure about King Panda. I'm not entirely sure that was the correct strategy. That could be, could have been a slight error there. No penalties for anyone so far. A long way to go. We're on lap 6 of 28. And I assume that there's going to be a couple of track limit penalties at some point. I'm just getting ready to line up behind the safety car, which will be out, I imagine, for at least one more lap. You see Chuck on the opposite side of the track to the rest. He'll probably stay out until he's caught up, especially early in a race. Had a unfortunate DNF there. What that has done is it's cut Payne's lead by a significant amount, and everybody's bunched up again. We know the old, I guess it's cliched saying now, even though it's true. I guess cliched sayings do have an element of truth to them. Is that safety cars bring out more safety cars, because everyone's bunched up and trying to jockey for position and have a good restart, and if someone has a slow restart in front of you, you want to get past as quickly as possible. So you can see off, fairly quickly off a safety car restart onto the safety car. Hopefully we don't see that tonight, but there is that possibility. So Gobi's left the session now. Very unhappy with his evening. So he only had that one run in quali, and it wasn't a great time, and struggled there, as you can see, in the race, and ended up with a DNF. It's going to be a case of let that anger out and then reset and be fully focused for next week. So, sometimes easier said than done. You kind of, you get annoyed, and it can accumulate, you know, if you're struggling in multiple races. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We don't want to see that, but it is a possibility. We've seen it before. So just waiting on Chuck to get to the back. He's closed the gap significantly. Of course, he will be running quicker than the cars behind the safety car. Give him a chance to catch up. He looks like he'll get on the back at some point during this straight. So while we're waiting for the safety car to come in, which it could at any time, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We can look at the calendar. Oh, and we'll have the safety car in this lap. Chuck has managed to get to the back of the pack. We've still got quite a way to go. So we can have a look. And next week is actually it's my top 2 in favourite tracks on the calendar that we don't see very often. And that's Portugal. Very nice circuit. I'm a big fan. I love the circuit. It's always nice to race. However, you just don't see people vote for it on a calendar very often. I say top 2 because it's between that and Hungary of the current tracks that we've got. There's others, of course. As you see the restart, Payne's has gone very early. Let's see. I think Ice One's been caught out a little bit here. No overtaking until you pass the start-finish line anyway. It looks like Ice One's going to be under a bit of pressure here from Aidan and Craig. And he's just done about enough to hold him back as he made struggling to keep up. Vikings has gone through. King Panda up to 12th. Of course, on fresh medium tyres, so we'll be looking to get through this pack as quickly as possible. And get right back up to the front. Big gaps at the front, actually. Only Paddy's managed to stay close. You see Josh already 1.2 back, and then 1.2 further back is Ice One in fourth. So we'll have to see if... oh, we've got caution in sector 2. That's Fudge. Just go and have a quick look. That's not the camera angle we need, Mr. Race Director. Can we see a different angle, please? Anytime today. There we go. We'll see if he's got any sort of damage to his car. No, he looks alright, to be fair. Maybe just a little incident. Nade down to 13th. They've been overtaken by a fair few drivers there. Here's King Panda, who has already managed to get up to 9th position. Problem's going to be when he takes over Vikings. We would assume that's inevitably going to happen. He's got a massive gap, 2 seconds to the car in front, and then another 2 seconds to Craig. That could be one to look out for. Let's get to the front though, where Paddy has had a really good restart and hasn't had to defend as much as before the safety car, so he's well within DRS range. It looks like these two, Paddy and Paynes, are already opening up quite a gap. Josh is trying to close it, and I think he has done a little bit there. He's compromised his exit speed, and it's back to over a second, the gap between Paddy and himself. All he has to do is just stay within a second of Paddy going over the detection line, which is actually at the start of this. You see that line on the track there? That's where the where it's detected whether you're within a second and whether you get DRS or not. And it looks like he will. Paynes is going to be under some real pressure now, which is good to see. You can see he's trying to defend. Paddy's going to go around the outside. I know Paddy can be quite patient. He's in no rush, plenty of time. But he has managed to get through. He's going to have to defend from Paynes here. So it's a possibility that this lead won't be the longest. But no, Paynes has tucked in behind, unable to get through. So really good from Paddy there. King Panda's just put in the fastest lap of the race. You see Paynes and Paddy side by side. Oh, a little touch from Paddy there, unintentional obviously. Just a tiny touch, wheel to wheel. No harm, no foul there. Neither of them negatively affected the other. Ice One in 5th, staying on the back of Aiden. Ice One at the weekend, in midweek, apologies again, did have trouble at Imola. He had the pace for sure, but because of the conditions he was struggling to overtake, so we're looking to rectify that tonight by not having problems with the overtakes, getting through as quickly as possible, because there is a significant lead now between the top 3 and the rest. We saw King Panda putting in the fastest lap of the race. There we go then. Down this big long straight. You see Payne's gone straight through. Can Josh get close enough to make a pass? Not quite. He's got to be close. But that's a mistake from Payne's, or it looked like it. Big lock-up. Ice One has gone through into 4th position, so he'll be delighted with that. Yeah, Josh has got to be really, really close to the driver in front. And then he has a chance of passing and getting into 2nd position, whilst the driver in front of him goes into 1st. And when you're 2nd, that gives you the opportunity to get into 1st. That's how he's going to have to do this. Paynes is going to have to drop down 2 places. Josh is going to have to move up into 2nd before he can think about getting the race lead. So let's have a look then. King Panda, there he is, right on board, just behind his teammate, and not having a really nice time at all tonight. Yep, Aiden's let his teammate through, knows he's on fresher tyres, quicker tyres, more grip, and I mean no disrespect to Aiden, but King Panda is the #1 driver in that team. So you know, while he's on fresher tyres and he's absolutely flying, you might as well use that to your advantage. Also, Aiden could get a little tow here. He's going to get DRS. Let's see. Ice one, is he going to be able to defend? He's trying to make the car as wide as possible, but I don't think he's going to be able to defend. Yeah, almost impossible. Aiden unable to get through, but he's going to be right on the back of Ice one. Assuming that King Panda pulls away, which he looks like he's doing, this could be a good chance for Aiden. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race there, King Panda. Paddy's gone through on pains in the first sector. You can see again, side by side, these guys. Fantastic racing. Paddy's just trying to squeeze a little bit. Pains giving no leeway. There's our first 3-second time penalty of the race. Done well, only one so far through 11 laps. We're on lap 12, and it goes to Stefan for multiple track limit warnings. I'm sure we'll see some more, and we'll probably see somebody speeding in the pit lane, which is, as you know, if you're a regular viewer to the stream, something that I find absolutely infuriating and totally unnecessary. Josh needs to have a good exit here. He's sat on 100% with his DRS, I don't know why. You should always be sat on 80%. It gives you room to charge up. It's still enough that you can make a move, and you can use that 20% as it goes up every time it gets to 100. I think having it 100 is a waste, because you can't charge anymore. Whereas if you're sitting at 80% charge, you've always got that 20% that you can charge up if need be. I'm sure some experienced racers will disagree with that. I'm sure some will agree with it. It's down to personal preference, I guess. But yeah, I've always thought anywhere between about 70 and 80%, and just keep it at that. So let it build up to like 90, and then you go back down again. Oh, both Paddy and Paines there, strong contact, and Paines has lost out. Josh is up to second position. Paines has good momentum, but we'll have to see if that's going to do anything for him. Paddy now has a one car gap between himself and Paines. Not that that's any easier, because I'll tell you now, Josh is going to be going for this. King Panda has closed the gap to 1.2, right on the back of everyone here. So putting the mediums on has not affected him negatively. In fact, if anything, it's done him a favour. And he'll have a good chance of passing. You see in the background there, the Payne's gone through into second. Paddy's managed to just about hold off. Aiden a nice one here into the hairpin. Aiden, 5th position in the McLaren, running well. Really good for the McLarens, 4th and 5th position. Could be even better as we move through the race. We're on lap 14, almost at the halfway stage. Race gone flying by. It's been a really good one, as I expected. King Panda just needs to get within a second, and this is going to be a 4-car battle for the lead of the race. I expect King Panda to pit in again. Probably put another set of fresh mediums on. Definitely not done him any harm. Pitting in. I thought it might have been a slight tactical error when everyone else stayed out, but no, it seems to have been alright for him. Back up into 4th position. which is about where he was before, but now he's closer to the lead. You see Ice One there in the background running really wide. We've got a Mercedes off the track, maybe, is that? Could be Ace. Let's keep an eye out on that. I do think that might have been Ace. Chuck putting in the fastest lap of the race. And, yep, Paines has gone through on Paddy. And this is where it gets difficult for King Panda. He has managed to get through on Josh. He's going to go straight ahead. He's not going to change his line there. Stayed on the outside. Paddy down to 4th because he's just come into the pits. We're halfway through the race. Not the longest pit lane. You see, the weather has improved, so no worry about rain. It's quite an early stop for mediums. Had a bit of a glitch there. I was wondering what was going on. It took a while. So we've got another 3-second warning, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings for Vikings. Paddy's going to come out in 8th position. Fresh medium tyres. Looking for an undercut. What he doesn't need here is Fudge's DNF. It's a safety car. Looks like we're racing, so that would have been massively unlucky for Paddy there in terms of his timing. Let's get back to the front, but keep an eye out for Paddy then, because we know those fresh mediums do bits, and they are very, very quick, so he's definitely going to be looking for an undercut. King Panda may be looking for an overcut, which is not generally the accepted thing in this particular Formula 1. As you see, Paines down to 2nd now. King Panda in 1st. That's the halfway stage now, and King Panda for the first time since lap 1 is going to be leading this race. And there's 10 seconds for speed in the pit lane for Chuck. Let's hope nobody else gets it. Chuck in a position where he's got nothing to lose, but still I think it's a bit of a rookie mistake. Not even a rookie mistake, an unnecessary one. You knew I was going to moan about it, because I always do. He has retired in the pits, I believe, so no chance of a safety car. There's Josh then. Very quick stop. King Panda. 10 lap old mediums. When's he going to pit in? You expect Paddy, who's currently net P1, I expect, you know, I don't think King Panda's going to get another 12 laps out of those mediums. And if he does, it's going to be to his detriment. The tyres are going to be absolutely worn out well before the end of the race. So he's going to have to make a decision soon. Paddy is closing the gap, and he's got a 2.8 lead, almost 3 seconds now, over Josh. So very nicely done from Paddy. The undercut working wonders as per usual. Always good to try and get the undercut in. Not to an extreme, of course. I mean, I'll pit in on lap 1. That's the ultimate undercut. No, that's not. You know, that's too far. You've just got to anticipate when everyone else is going to come in. Come in a lap earlier, and you'll make 3 seconds. As Paines goes through on Josh then, for 3rd position. We feel that it's probably actually 2nd position. They've closed the gap on Paddy to 2.5 seconds as their tyres have heated up and the pace has evened out. Paddy's put in the fastest lap of the race so far. Ace gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Stefan in the pits, along with a Ferrari, probably made, I think. Josh is still there, obviously. We'll have to see how these two battling for position is going to affect Paddy, whether he can pull out a gap. The gap was 3 seconds, and now it's under 2.3, so they are closing in. And all 3 of these guys, Josh, Paines and Paddy, are really closing in on the King Panda. So they've got to do that as quickly as possible, and King Panda's got to think about when he wants to make a pit stop, because that gap gets closer and closer. He's going to be further back when he comes out of the pits, so keep an eye out on that one. Here we go then, let's get on board with Josh. You're going to see a really easy pass before DRS even kicked in there, and so now he's going to easily get in front. Pains I did think would be the pre-race favourite. You see, still this battle between Aiden and Nice One is fantastic. Paddy putting in the fastest lap, but Josh too. So King Panda is in the pits. Right, so we're gonna. He's on his way out. Oh, and there's a safety car. That is probably the most unlucky bit of timing he could have had. Lap 18 of 28. We've got a safety car. Nobody actually DNF'd there. So kind of surprised that they've brought a safety car out. I don't know whether that's good or bad for King Panda. It's probably good, because it's going to mean he's closed the gap on the top three. I mean, it's only a virtual. I thought he was a fool for a second there. That's my bad. But still, only 4.7 behind. He's got fresher tyres. Definitely got a chance here. Well in this race still is King Panda. Slowing right down, doesn't want to get done for speeding. That's an automatic 10-second penalty speeding under the safety car. If you have a delta time, basically tells you if you're going too fast or too slow. I'd like to keep it about 0.8 of a second. Like in the good side. Well, there you go. A drive-through for Shane out. I said 10 seconds. I don't know why I did, but yeah. Speeding under the VSC, a drive-through for Shane, who was running, is running in 9th position, which is quite unfortunate for him there. And what's King Panda going to be able to do on these fresh medium tyres? I think he get the DRS here. Is he within a second? No, he didn't get it. He's lapping Chuck. I believe that's Chuck. I thought he might have got DRS there. Which would have helped him out. Go down to the battle between Aiden and Ice One. Aiden currently in 6th position. Ice One with the advantage. We've seen these switching positions frequently during this race. So nothing too set in stone right now. Shane has took his drive through, and look at that, he's putting down into 12th position. Josh struggling to keep up with Pains here. He's got to get within a second before the DRS detection line, and I don't think he is. No, I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to get DRS here. Neither is Pains, but Pains is pushing hard and trying to close that gap on Paddy. We'll see then. Is Josh going to get DRS? I think he was outside of the detection zone. No, he was just inside a second when he got to there. So managing to keep on the back, using DRS to his full advantage. King Panda, because of that, he's going to struggle to catch up a little bit. He did go quite slowly during the virtual safety car, not taking any unnecessary risks. Josh, if you can stay within a second, can have Pains kind of tow him along here. Save on the tyres as well. You're not going to be having to work as hard. But he has got to keep within a second and get DRS, especially, you know, around here. It's so strong. It makes a massive difference to DRS. You can see King Panda can't get close right now. On board with Josh. Yeah, he's still decent with the time. Not quite enough, I don't think, for Paynes. So if Josh can have a good exit here, could put a bit of pressure on. Paynes is really, really putting his foot down here. He's got within a second. I think he's too late this lap, or on this particular DRS zone, but probably going to have it down the start-finish straight, and that could make a big difference. And this race is still definitely up for grabs. King Panda unable to close the gap. We've got a caution in sector 2. I believe that's Ace in the Mercedes. Well, I don't believe it. I know it because obviously Paddy's here in first position, so it can't be him. And given the colours of the circles on the track, we know that that's a Mercedes, and so it has to be Ace. Still very few penalties being given out so far. Payne's really pushing now, looking to make a pass on Paddy as soon as possible. Take control of this race. Come up to the final laps. And lap 21 of 28. And Paddy's tyres are a little bit older, only maybe a lap older. I can check. I think it's only a lap. Yes. But that one lap, it's still, you know, it's still a lap older at some point. When you get to every set of tyres is going to reach a point where it loses performance, and because Paddy's tyres are a lap older, that time where he does lose performance, it's going to come earlier than both Paynes and Josh. You see, Paynes has gone through into first position. Ice One's just dropped back a little bit from Ace. Ace has managed to gap Ice One over a second. Actually, the only cars within DRS range right now are Josh and Paddy. So this massive battle between the three for the race win. It is the premier battle on the track. Ice One has managed to get within DRS range once again, which is good because they've had a really good battle. Hopefully to keep that to the end. Keep it clean too. We obviously don't want to see any shenanigans. Caution in sector 3, Ace really struggling, might have wing damage, and if he does, then you might see caution again in sector 3 until he pits in. You assume that he would do if he's got like major wing damage. Josh was just suffering with a little bit with oversteer. Paddy too there. They both can have DRS. And Josh running really wide. I think he ran so wide there that he got away with it. Really, it didn't count as a track limit. You can do that. Quite famously at Silverstone, you can do that. There's a corner you can do that on. I think it's top. I might be wrong. Ooh, taking a bit too much out of the corner there, Josh. Pushing a little bit too hard. I think we've just got to stay within that second and just wait for these two to wear their tyres down, battling each other. Oh, Paddy really struggling there to keep the car under control. You saw a big snap there, oversteer. Exceptional level of driver Paddy though. Managing to keep that under control. Staying on board with Josh because he's in a really good position, and it gives us a great view of the battle in front. I think Paddy's just about gonna get DRS here. Yep. But he is quite far back. and so all this is going to do is close the gap. He's going to have a really good exit if he wants to try and make a pass here. Josh is, unfortunately for him, significantly worse off because Paddy's got DRS and obviously Payne's is about a second and a half down the road. Josh trying to just take everything out of the corners, and I think he just needs to smooth his laps up a little bit, not get distracted and try and take too much out of the corners. While you think, oh, this is going to save me time, it ends up costing you time. It's again very close between these front three. It's the ice one actually as well. Less than 2/10 or around 2/10 now between himself and Aiden. So they're still going at it. They're like two veteran heavyweight boxers coming into the 12th round. We'll see who's going to win that. Vikings is close to Corvid there in the battle for 8th position. There's Josh once again. King Panda unable to really close the gap. It's hovered around 5 seconds. These three at the front are giving each other enough of a tow to keep King Panda honest. And he's got 4th in the bag for sure. But I think he'd be disappointed with 4th given his pole position. I still feel like he didn't have to take that first pit stop. I don't think it didn't directly hinder him because he got right back on the back of the pack, but what it did, it made him stay out longer before he came in again. And the overcut is never good. You see, I think that's the Alpine. Oh no, that's Shane actually in the RB. Ace gets 3 seconds for a total of 6 seconds of penalties. Track limit warnings. Yeah, you saw Shane there in the RB just moving to one side. 3 more for Stefan. Still a relatively low amount of penalties, which is good to see. But again, China's a forgiving track, so it's quite wide. And it's quite easy to stay within the limits of the track. So the gap now over a second. If Paddy doesn't have DRS here, it could prove problematic because Josh is really close. He did get it. He just about stayed within range. Josh not using his ERS. I don't know if it's broke or what, but he could have really put the pressure on there. At least it's not sat at 100%. That really does annoy me. But Paddy's going to be in trouble if he doesn't get the gap down a bit. If he drops out of DRS range, Josh is going to be able to take full advantage. I understand why Josh is saving his ERS for extra boost when he needs it the most, but he could do with using it, or he could have done with using it on that last lap. That would have made maybe even enough of a difference for him to be side by side with Paddy. And going into the second to last corner, that right hand hairpin. Now Paddy has got the gap quite comfortably within a second. Not close enough, I don't believe, that he's going to be able to make a move. Ooh, Josh suffering a little bit there. I think he's still going to get the RS. This is where you use some ERS, surely. Get on the back of these two. He's using a little bit, not a lot though. How I know is you see the yellow bar on his steering wheel, not below the orange bar. When that's, you can see that it's not quite full. He's got about 90%, maybe even more, 95% of his DRS charged, and it'll keep recharging. And he should really be using it, because look now, he's 1.2 seconds back from Paddy, and now looks to be very much a two-horse, or two-car even, race for first position, unless Josh can do something about that. Can't quite see all of Paddy's steering wheel, but I can assure you he's got about 25%. Ah, there you go. A little bit more, maybe about 30% of his ERS. Haynes has got more, he's got about 55, about 50 now. So it does have the advantage of being able to defend with the RS. Doesn't negate what you gain from DRS, but it will just allow you that tiny bit more breathing room. Makes it a little bit harder for the guy behind to pass. Caution in sector 1 then, and that looks to be Ace. He was having a really good first half of the race. He struggled here, second half. Yeah, Paddy's not able to get close enough. You can see they're about to start the last lap of the race too. Josh has now fallen back and will probably take third position. It's going to be tough for King Panda to make up 4.5 seconds in a lap. Paddy's going to go for it. It's got to be it's now or never. I don't think he's got quite enough to be able to do it though. You see the gap. Let's just get on board quickly with Paynes. He's still got plenty in the tank in terms of his ERS. Paddy is very close though. It is going to come down to these two for the race win. It is the final lap of the race. By the way, Ice One and Aiden still battling over 5th position. There he comes, and he's significantly closer this lap, Paddy. Half a second is the gap. If he has a good exit here, there is a possibility he can get close enough. We'll have to see. As they come down this straight, DRS is going to be enabled any second now. Paddy trying to follow, get a bit of slipstream. He's very close. I don't think he's going to be able to do it before the start-finish line. We'll have to see. It's going to be neck and neck. It's going to be side by side. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Paynes who takes the race win, surely. Oh, it's going to be close. Yes, he just takes it. Paddy finishing 3/10 behind in second. A really good showing. Josh third. King Panda coming over the line in fourth. Now let's get on to the battle for 5th position between Ice One and Aiden. They've gone the whole race, these two. And it's been a terrific showing from both of them. Ice One running wide, side by side. Aiden just takes it, less than a 10th, 700ths of a second in it. Well done there to Aiden, just holding on to 5th. Great result for the McLarens. Here comes Craig over the start-finish line for 7th position. And we've got another close battle. Of course, Vikings is going to have a 3-second penalty as well. So regardless, he's going to finish in 9th position. You want to get 8th on track. He's not able to do it, so Corby at 8th. Vikings 9th. Nade picks up 10 points. Ooh, I like that. Bit of style over the start-finish line. Not many to go now, as we see Immortal coming into the hairpin. Just him and Stefan to go. Chuck with the 10 seconds that he didn't serve during the race, that is. It's not an extra 10 seconds for anything. So here comes Immortal. Stefan not far behind, but we're not going to see Stefan over the line. We never do with the last place finisher. We're going to go to the front And we're going to see our race winner, Pains, celebrate what has been a fantastic race weekend for him. Yes, and didn't quite get pole position in qualifying. Very, very close qualifying with King Panda, one of only two drivers, him and King Panda being the other one, to go sub 131. But he's going to take the top step in the race. Solid second position from Paddy there. And you have to say, the third position from Josh, excellent work. Haynes also with the fast lap was very good. As for the driver of the day, well, I think it's going to go to a man who finished 5th position. I think the driver of the day is going to go to Aidan. I think you have to give it him. He had a decent qualifying, got 9th position, but a fantastic race to finish 5th, and also won his personal battle there with the Ice One right at the end. So well done to Aidan there. Well done to Ice One as well for making that a really, really good battle. Congratulations to everyone that finished. But it will be Pains that takes home maximum points from the race. Next week we have Portugal. Next Sunday, same time, 7 PM UK. Don't forget 8 PM UK on Wednesday. We do have the Formula 2 League. Something different for you there. Before I go, I'd like to wish everyone a very good week and a very fast working week so you can get to the next weekend. And as always, thank Ice One for bringing me in as commentator. I thank the boss man himself, Ace, for allowing me to continue being the commentator for a long time now. I have a real affinity with this league, and it's always an honour and a privilege to be able to commentate for the drivers and for you guys, the viewers. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy commentating. And yeah, we'll see you next Sunday, easy for me to say, for Portugal. My favourite track. So have a great week and see you next weekend.